I'm back with another one. So I'm gonna just keep right on running with this one because I had the video has stopped. But what I was saying is that so I was saying that all of what we can appreciate as human suffering can be, I think, reduced to being like a cakewalk, which is that the overarching disenfranchisement and inequity within human life that amounts to most of the different expressions of suffering um, can be can be made like similar it can be finer reduced to paternalism as a function of paternalism. That's being the same. I'm using paternalism interchangeable with entitlement, and then but it's like a cakewalk where it's like it's being a cakewalk, and then when the music stops, someone's getting in and someone's being out. That's gentrification all the way up to genocide. But that's like similar to a cakewalk. But then if we were to take like even like violence itself or like different things, like a lot of what we experience in life, whether as a metaphor or actually in strict physical terms, is a function of chemistry. So like even like I would say that even little kids have an appreciation of chemistry because sorry, I said little kids. I prefer the word child over kid because I've said in another video that kid is reminiscent of a horticulture and farm animals, and child is more appropriate for human being. What I meant to say is that young people, they can appreciate chemistry. Where like if you're with some young people and a car like takes off really fast like a hot rod that the kids enjoy that, or like fireworks and stuff like that. Like kids are impressed by that, or even like a grown folk, you hear some gunshots go off, and in a certain way you're impressed by that. Whether you enjoy it or not, you're impressed by that. But that's yet chemistry that's going on. That's doing that, and what we're more so impressed by than the actual thing in our that sound, that image, whatever is being produced by chemistry. What we're more so impressed by is the motion of these very subatomic particles. That's what's actually cool. That's what's actually impressive. Is that and like when we taste something beautiful, or like we experiencing anything beautiful that has anything to do with chemicals, is what's more so impressive about that is the subtle functioning of the subatomic particles, where well, I would say most people love food, like people can talk about like cool stuff like that, but people really enjoy feasting on food, and what they're appreciating in that experience is I'll be right out there. What they're experiencing in that food is that um they're experiencing is the motions of these subatomic particles. That's what's giving that sensation of food. But that's also what's giving the actual dynamics of how what we're eating is any good to us. Is the motion of the subatomic particles. If you were to consume if you were to consume carrot juice, or heaven forbid, something poisonous no less than bleach or drain cleaner made its way into your consumption. What the difference between those two things is the motion of the subatomic particles. That's the dynamics of relating of the subatomic particles is the only difference between those two things. The nature of how they're attracted to each other or repulsed by each other, but also the nature of how they're sharing subatomic particles, just like a relationship. So you can have like some things that are attracted by like everyone's like trying to be more of a tough guy now, so we're trying to be more so negative and then be attractive to something, to our counterpart, and that's similar. That's actually chemistry. A lot of what we experience between one another is yet chemistry on a more macro level. It never stopped being chemistry. So on the subatomic level, the same thing is going on the macro level of where like this is a tough guy, this is a bad chick or a attractive woman, a healthy woman, and we're now coming closer to each other because of our polarity, our difference, which is very attractive. I'm not here to argue that. But then you can maybe get deeper than that, and then you all start sharing stuff. Like maybe she forgets a toothbrush there, or then you actually start sharing like more and more stuff, like finance and stuff like that. Heaven forbid, and now you have a different relationship, but it's similar. It's the same thing that's going on a chemical level and these different dynamics. But within all that, the way that what's so cool about chemistry is that it's the way it's moving. That's the only difference. It's like if you really were to see someone cool, like a badass and stuff like that, like I can grow my hair out and stuff like that. I can put on different clothes, but you're not really impressed with me as a badass until I start to move a certain way. So I start. It's how I'm really moving is what is making a person a badass. And then it's similar with with chemistry itself. The way that these subatomic particles are moving is just it's different than what you were thinking. They're moving different. So a lot of that has to do with the basic like an atom. It has different wavelengths of energy. Like I think for anyone to say that there's not different dimensions is really just asinine, because even within the most basic unit of reality, the atom, there are levels within that, and there are energy levels that have different existing in any of those energy levels. I think they're called like the valence levels. I think it is very different in how you exist within any of that. But for the actual subatomic particles, they either abide at a certain level and then they go up, or then they go down. And when they do so, I'm reading a book about biology. I think I'm going to have to cite it because I'm leaning into it. But when they do so, they only use an exact appropriate amount of energy is used to go up to another level or to go down. And when they go up or they go down, they must yet then abide in that level. And then other atoms or other subatomic particles are either attracted to them or they're bounced out of there, just like a cakewalk. So that that's like some of the like when you see something as impressive as a bomb going off, what's happening is that it's the way that these energy levels, they're fixed and they're settled and they're neat and they don't waste anything. Maybe I've said in another video that what's been called the Lord has been recognized by no less than Arthur Avalon as being immortal because it wastes not. And then that's similar with like what's going on chemistry, is that nothing is wasted in on a chemical level, in that what to go up or to go down or to stay the same, there's a specific amount of energy that must be abided within. And then the dynamics of how that is either not met or transcended is what gives us all of our different all of our reality is based on how these subatomic particles are operating upon very very specific amounts of energy, and that's how it's moving different. It's moving different than what you might think. So that's kind of like that's what's so awesome about different chemistry stuff. Like you see something like you hear a gunshot go off. That shit is serious. You know that shit means serious when you hear that. But it's because of these subatomic particles. They're moving like that. They don't care. They don't care what you had for lunch. They don't care what you're wearing. They don't care what you think about yourself. When the energy shifts, it's about to shift, and that's what it is. But it's similar like with gentrification. Is all I'm saying is that as these subatomic particles are going up or going down, it's affecting one another too. They're either they're collaborating or they're being disenfranchised and bounced out of there. And that's the craziness and that's the conflict. That it can be conflict can work for us or against us. Because even things like I said with this video, that we need challenge to grow and be our best, and our best comes from challenge. But challenge can also be a synonym means the same word, a word meaning the same thing, different words meaning the same thing. A synonym of conflict is challenge. And so when you're seeing something awesome, like you're hearing gunshots or a bomb, or you're seeing a car take off down the road, it's because subatomic particles are both cooperating and being disenfranchised. That's what the awesomeness of that is. But it's yet fixed. So so that in that sense, that's still similar to a cakewalk? Is that someone's getting on and someone's getting off? Is what I meant with that. But I'm gonna come back with part 3 to this video because I gotta do something important right now. But I had more to say with this, so I'll be back with more. If you're rocking with me, I really appreciate you, and I salute all the sacrifices that you make for yourself and the people you care about, because that's where life is at. Peace.